Thank you. Wow, what an impressive panel here. Really impressive. Like, one of the things that really struck me about Mr. Hong's presentation is how sophisticated and data supported his presentation was. And just, it clearly articulated the truth of the environmental harms from the gas development with a tremendous amount of supporting data and information. Ms. Kita, same way. Her PowerPoint presentations was full of data, but she went a step further, not only showing the harms of the false solutions and the cost. She gave data on the cost. She also talked about the problematic spin of JERA, how it's trying to sell these false solutions with a PR campaign and convince you that it's good for the economy when it really is not. Ms. Bristie's presentation is like a seminar on ADB and what's wrong with it. It really is quite impressive. And the level of detail she gave and data on each project and the harms at the community level was particularly compelling for me. And so I'm going to summarize what I saw in these three presentations as really standout elements. These three people brought us data, information, truth, and accuracy on the economic and environmental harms, both sides, economic and environmental. What the multilateral development banks and the funders from Japan and other places are bringing us deception and only one choice of going into fossil fuels. The pathway that they try and sell us is dishonest, deceptive, and harmful. It's the business as usual model that they continue to try and sell us. And what these young people and all the people I have seen in this conference are doing, and even the reporters who asked the question from the Business Standard, is they're starting to question and call out the business as usual. They're starting to present what the data shows. They're starting to present what the real impacts are. And so that evolution that I've seen from where I began when I first came to Bangladesh in 2015 to now is powerful, because we have powerful voices who are truth tellers with economic and environmental impact data. And I think that's really, really important. I want to give you an example of how I see this. Let's imagine we have a young person, and that young person has just finished school, right? Just finished all his school, and the young person is out to go and get a job and start his pathway or her pathway on her life. And they've gotten a job, but they need transportation to the job, and for various reasons they need their own vehicle. And this young person is environmentally and carbon conscious. They want an e-bike to commute to work, but they're not a wealthy person. They don't come from a wealthy background, and they need a small loan to be able to afford an e-bike to get to work, to make money and contribute to the economy and start building their life. But all the banks and all the lenders are in cahoots, and they will only offer that young person a loan for a big gas-guzzling, fossil fuel, carbon-belching car, not an e-bike. And no matter where the young person goes to try and seek finance for what they really need and what's environmentally sound, they can't get it. Because they're locked in, the banks are locked into business as usual, and they want to make a profit from the fossil fuel loan on the car. And so that's what we're facing, is these young developing economies with the power to be a Bangladesh tiger, with the power to really develop and grow and be a contributor to the world economy. They're locked in this debt trap where they can't get access to the finance and funding they need to move to a just transition. And these banks are in cahoots to prevent, block, and make it hard for even developing countries with changed leadership who want to do the right thing. They make it hard. And so the power and what's inspiring about this panel and all the people in this room And this conference, and even our expert moderator is an expert in his own right, is the clarity with which we all see the truth. The clarity with which we see that the change needs to happen. And I think you had very important closing remarks when you said we need to come together in all our countries in Southeast Asia to raise our voice that we want access to financing for clean, renewable energy, and we do not want business as usual. And the banks need to give us access to that financing and to grants so that we can transition.
A round of applause. With that, we're closing the session, and we're taking a lot of heart from Donna's words. I think more important than the information in this session, what we really found inspiring